They're back. They're back. Welcome to the Caps, Locks, and Chair Shots podcast with your host, Ed Rakeen.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever and wherever you may be listening to us, you have your ears locked in to the Caps, Locks, and Chair Shots podcast. My name is Ed Rakeen. I'm your host for these festivities. And joining me, as always, he is the muscle of the podcast, future voice of all of Southeast Asia. He is the one, the only, the Jaime.
What's up, wrestling fans? Greatness has arrived.
And also joining me, he is my arch nemesis, my tag team partner, and my very best friend. You know him from all around the internet. But you can only find his wrestling stuff right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Danny Bananas.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Way to bring the energy to the show, Dan. This is our Season 3 finale, and what we're going to be covering tonight, we may talk about that big show that happens in about 8 days. We're going to talk about a show that's older than all three of us, and we're going to give you a little hardball preview. That being said, we're going to start this show how we start every show, and that is with our one big thing. And that one big thing is brought to you by the Cleveland Browns bandwagon. There's always more space in the dog pound, even if you root for the old Brownies, the drama club in the Steel City, or the Kitties down by the river. Jaime, give me your one big thing.
Everybody's leaving, and now everybody wants to go back. I think wrestling's better than their normal lives right now.
Fair enough. Daniel, what do you got?
Mania's not going to be good.
Okay, you gonna elaborate on... No, you know what? Let's save that until we talk about Mania here in a few seconds. My one big thing is the fact that I'm dumber than Daniel. Me and Dan decided to do a head-to-head bracket challenge, and Dan was beating me going into today.
Still is.
Okay, very well. I wasn't sure how the whole Texas Tech Gonzaga thing played out, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Let's talk about WrestleMania 35. Daniel, stop keeping the people in suspense. Are you going?
No.
Why?
I am most likely going to take over Supercard of Honor and then coming back home.
So you're going to be in the area at the time with the potential of going, and you're not.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I like the card to an extent, but at the same time, the card's not worth paying an additional $500 over ticket cost for resale. So it's not worth like $700 for a single seat.
Okay, fair enough. I get that. I understand. All right. Let's talk about them in the order in which I wrote them down. First up, the Women's Battle Royal, which has not been named after anybody. And does anybody know if there's any stakes on the line other than a trophy?
I don't believe so.
And the probable end to whatever push you're going to get?
No.
I mean, at least that's what they've done with the men. Jaime, we have 9-ish confirmed women: Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, and Zelina Vega confirmed for the Battle Royal. Any of those 9 women win?
I'm going with Mandy Rose.
Nice, nice. The Vision of Perfection, and who we all thought might have been the apple of the eye of one of the commentators who we shall not name here. Daniel, who do you got in the Battle Royal, or do you care?
I think it's going to be Asuka.
It has to be to make up for her getting stripped of the title, basically, right?
That's what I think.
Fair enough. Anybody see any surprise? I mean, we're going to see surprises here, right? Anybody you guys want to throw out there?
It's a battle royal, so surprises won't be there because they won't be entering one by one.
Okay.
We can hear some announce last minute.
Okay. I mean, I personally don't care. Dan, do you care?
No, I think it's one of these 9 is who's going to win it, if that. And I think we can take Dana Brooke off the list and probably Zelina Vega as well. But so that really leaves us those 7. Maybe some of the girls pull double duty that's in the tag match, but I think it's Asuka, and I think this is where everyone is still getting their popcorn and sodas.
Well, I mean, you look at it, they've been jobbing Ruby Riott out, so she's either going to win this going away as kind of a thank you for that, or she's going to be gone early. You got, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, they're kind of doing their own thing, and that's going to be something after Mania. Lana's cannon fodder, Selena Vega's cannon fodder, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, I think they're kind of doing their own splitting up thing. You're right about Dana Brooke. That leaves us with Naomi, Carmella, and Asuka. Any one of those 3 could win it. I want to say Asuka, but I'm telling you, a sneaky look for Naomi to get this.
I think I have an idea here, yeah.
That's a
Naomi
possibility, too.
is going to be a 2-time winner, and then she's going to rant about why she wasn't given the opportunity the first time around, which she already did on social media. So if she becomes a 2-time winner, then it's a storyline.
Look at Jaime making some sensible fantasy booking. All right, let's move on. Kofi Kingston.
You should take notes, Ed. Get out pen and paper and take notes on sensible booking.
I got it right here. I'm scribbling it down as we speak. All right. Daniel Bryan is going to take on Kofi Kingston for that's just a plain WWE championship, right? And it's made with hemp, and it looks trashy, right?
I love it.
I hate it. It's terrible. Jaime, what are your thoughts? You like the belt? You don't like the belt?
I just like the different look.
I mean, it kind of looks like it was made in a third world country, so I figured you'd like it, but...
Oh my god, dude.
Anyway.
He hasn't been on the show for like 2 or 3 weeks. He comes back in and you immediately just talk about how he's from a third world country. Jesus Christ.
Because he hasn't been on the show in 3 weeks, and I have all this pent up ripping on Jaime for it. Anyway, before we pick this match, can somebody explain to me what happened to Kevin Owens? Wasn't he in this match and he just kind of went away, right? Shouldn't this be a triple threat?
I think this is
just
honestly them giving the fans what they want. I think that's what this is.
So where's Kevin Owens?
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
No, he's not announced. They got 29 guys in there, and he's not one of them.
Kevin Owens is going to interfere.
Maybe he's just not on the card, and yeah, maybe he interferes.
There are rumors that Sami Zayn's going to return, so maybe they will reunite.
What, cost Kofi the title, and that's a feud with New Day, or cost Daniel Bryan the title, and then him and Rowan and Sammy and Kevin Owens, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Does it make sense?
When's the last time we saw Owens on TV?
One at a time.
When's the last time we saw Owens on TV?
When Kofi got the title shot, he was standing at the ring, clapping for him.
I mean, when's the last time we saw him do something on TV?
Fair point. So who wins, Daniel Bryan or Kofi Kingston, Daniel?
I'm going to pick with my heart on this one, and I'm going to pick Kofi. He's done the job for the company for so long, I think he deserves it.
This is not a JBL Edge moment. Jaime, who you got?
I'm going with Daniel Bryan. Kofi's going to get it on the next event. He's going to get another chance via whatever underdog road he's going to take this time.
No, this is terrible. This is a lose-lose situation for everybody. Because as much as I love Kofi Kingston, I'm thinking there may be some truth to him being a B-plus player. He's aging. He can't do the moves he was doing before. And let's be honest here. He's being carried in the New Day by the other two. Yes, he's a veteran. And yes, he's done amazing things for the company. But they're trying to move to a new network. Kofi Kingston's not going to draw those eyeballs in as a champion. He's not going to create buzz around stuff. It's a great story, and it'd be a huge WrestleMania moment, but remember what happened when Daniel Bryan had his WrestleMania moment and they stripped him of the title the next night? Or was that CM Punk or one of the two? He may win, but nobody's going to win out of this.
Didn't D-Bry have to vacate the title? He didn't get stripped?
Either way, it's going to piss the crowd off more than it's going to make them cheer, one way or the other.
Here's the thing, with this big lead up to Mania, you put the belt on Kofi. Even if he loses it at Extreme Rules in the rematch against Bryan, that's still fine. Kofi got his WrestleMania moment. The fans in the stadium are gonna go crazy. It's gonna sound great for TV. Yada yada yada.
I don't think anything's going to sound great for TV in an expansive ballpark that just doesn't make sense to host a Mania.
I agree. I hate stadium shows. That's another reason why I'm not that upset about not going.
Okay, let's move on. The women's tag team championships are on the line. The Hug and Boss Connection, which is just a terrible name, is taking on the Iconics. Dan, I know which way you're picking. Jaime?
There's two more teams in this match.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What other two teams? Because obviously I don't care about them.
Nia and Tamina, and then Beth Phoenix and Natalya.
Yeah, okay. Jaime, who wins?
I'm going with the Iconics. They're gonna sneak one.
Daniel, are you gonna agree with him?
No.
You're not picking your loves. Interesting. Who you got?
Beth and Natalya.
Why?
I think... I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that they're going to win. Because nobody's expecting it.
You never pick a vintage act to win at Mania. Unless they're going up against another vintage act. Beth is not going to be around after Mania. Nia and Tamina, maybe. The Iconics aren't a strong enough team. Bayley and Sasha are going to roll with this. And the fact that you guys made your picks like this really depresses me. Let's move on. Another match that was kind of strewn together at the last minute. Roman Reigns will take on Drew McIntyre. Because of reasons. Daniel, what are those reasons?
Roman needs to be on the card. And so does Drew.
So they just kind of... And I guess... where's Dolph Ziggler? Is he hurt? Because didn't we all originally think it was going to be Drew versus Dolph at Mania?
Dolph Ziggler was just recently at Magooby's in the Baltimore area doing a comedy show, so who knows where Dolph Ziggler is.
Probably getting his release. Jaime, who wins?
I'm going with Roman here, but this is going to be the show stealer, so... Yeah, I'm going with Roman.
Show stealer? Alright. Daniel, do you agree with that?
That's a bold call, Cod. Let's see how that works out for you, Jaime.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be eating those pancakes. Daniel, you never give us a pick. Who you got?
Roman.
You never pick against Roman at Mania. Yeah, it's
exactly.
Just, you don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't piss into the wind. You don't tug the mask off the Overlord Ranger, and you don't pick against Roman at Mania. And yes, that's ripping off a song. Let's move on. Bobby Lashley defends his Intercontinental Championship, or goes after it. I've lost interest. Against Finn Balor. Does Lio Rush cost him the match, for one? And for two, will it split him up? Daniel, you're a Lio guy. Speak to me.
Finn wins this match, and Finn is Demon Finn, and that's why he wins. And I think that this is not the end of Lio and Lashley, because Lashley still can't talk on a mic, and Lio can.
Lashley doesn't need to talk on the mic.
You gotta have a mouthpiece. Brock Lesnar can't talk on the mic, and he's got a mouthpiece.
Brock is a little bit more talented on the microphone than what the WWE gives him credit for. Just saying, they never gave him a shot because he always had Paul Heyman. Always had Paul Heyman. I think that is a little iffy on that, but Lashley doesn't need to talk.
Yeah, remember 2003 Brock Lesnar when he was on his own without Heyman? He was good on the mic.
Thank you, Jaime. Who you got, Jaime?
I am going with Finn Balor here because there's a possibility that they might move Lashley to the Universal title picture.
What? And Lio goes with him?
No, Lio might be left feuding with Finn Balor.
Ooh.
Jaime. Literally, we have talked about two guys that are definitely going to be in the title picture way before Lashley.
Drew and Roman?
Drew and Roman.
I mean,
and just looking at the card, you can put, like, I would put Miz up there before him. You got Brock and Seth, they're both still going to be in the Universal title picture after this.
well...
History indicates how somebody loses a mid-card title not to be pushed down, but to be pushed up.
I mean, he's got a point, Dan.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't have a point. I'm saying that based off the way these guys are booked, they're all going to be booked higher than Lashley.
No, and I get that, but you got
I would put Finn in the Universal title picture before Lashley.
Right, but you're not booking the WWE. Think about who is. We know
An
Vince.
idiot.
No, I'm not saying that. I love Vince McMahon. He's
An idiot.
one of my personal heroes, but I'm just
An
saying
idiot.
he likes big guys. With Brock Lesnar always up in the air about things, Lashley has a legit physical comparison to guys like Braun Strowman and guys like Roman Reigns. He can do well here. Like, he would do well in that picture.
So does Roman. He has to. You know what?
We're going into Extreme Rules, right? Fair? Yeah?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, what's to say there can't be a multiple-man match at Extreme Rules where you have Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley? Or even take Lesnar out and the winner of that match gets the number one contender spot for the next pay-per-view. Vince would cream himself. Just saying. Especially if Seth beats Brock, Brock goes away for a while, and then Vince makes it his personal mission to remove Seth from being a champion. Makes sense. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I'm not. You all are. Let's move on. Samoa Joe will defend his United States Championship against Rey Mysterio, a title we all forgot kind of was around, and Samoa Joe, who a guy that's been grossly underutilized. That being said, Jaime, who wins?
I'm going with Samoa Joe here.
Go on.
First and foremost, I don't think that Ray is still going to hold titles here in the WWE. He's more like the guy that's just there, just going to perform every night. And for Samoa Joe, he might look like a flop if he loses this.
Hi man, I'm trying so hard to be nice to you because you've been gone for so long.
Well,
But
come on, Dan. Let it out.
how are you gonna? Ray's winning the U.S. title. He's gonna feud with CN still, and that's that.
I mean, I like that idea, but what did I say earlier? You never pick a nostalgia event at Mania.
That's not a nostalgia event.
Ray cannot defend that title. Then again, neither did Nakamura, but that's beside the point. You never pick a nostalgia act at Mania. And that's what it's doing. But that being said, Jaime brought up a good point. Daniel, I want to hear from you. Joe loses at Mania. This has to make him a flop, right, in the WWE?
No, he's gonna lose at Mania, and he's gonna feud with Kofi.
That doesn't... Why? Just tell me why.
Why?
Because it ain't going to be nothing but a heartache. It ain't going to be nothing but a mistake.
Because you just heard what Jaime said. You lose a mid-card title to get pushed up.
But Samoa... I mean, come on, man. What about the guys on SmackDown? The litany of talent on SmackDown that is going to go up after Mania.
You mean all those part-timers?
AJ Styles, Randy Orton.
Part-timer.
Let's move on. The TGMBR, for those of you not familiar with the alphabet, that's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We have 29 announced participants. Here we go. Braun Strowman, the white guy from SNL, a black guy from SNL, Andrade, Apollo Crews, Titus, Tyler Breeze, Jinder, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Rhino, Victor, Connor, Ali, Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Otis, Tucker, and EC3. Jaime, did I just read off the winner of that Battle Royal?
I want him, but no, I'm picking Braun Strowman just because he's here. He's included.
See, we all suspected it, Dan. We all suspected it for the first 2 seasons, and Jaime just admitted he wanted another man.
I actually missed what he said.
He said, I want him, Braun Strowman. Who wins?
Braun Strowman.
Ethan Carter III.
Oh, yes. But, I mean, it's Braun Strowman, I think, unless the SNL guys team up and eliminate him, and then he just goes ham on those guys. But let's talk about this field for a second. Let's point out some guys that aren't here, mainly, guy we already mentioned, where's Dolph Ziggler? Where is the Fandango? Is he hurt? Is he still hurt? What's up with Fandango? Where's he at?
I'm pretty sure Dango's still hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still hurt.
But still, is there anybody that's like glaring that's missing here? What about the Singh brothers? This seems like something they would be in with Jinder. This seems like something.
There's one open spot. Maybe it's Luke Harper.
Maybe. I mean, but
That's possible.
But having the Singhs in there seems like something Corey Graves would point out and be like, this makes Jinder a massive threat to win this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Dude, it's just so annoying. Like, Andrade, I just want to complain for a second. Andrade, Otis, Tucker, Ali, who else's names got cut recently?
I'm sorry?
Stop changing people's names.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Titus dropped the O'Neal, Jinder dropped the Mahal. How long until Jose drops the No Way? Let's see.
It's no longer Apollo Crews either, is it? Isn't it
It's just
Apollo?
I haven't seen him. I don't know.
No, it's still Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews.
I mean,
I'm over the dropping of the Namath.
The dropping of the Namath? What happened to Joe?
Nothing yet, but he's gonna die eventually.
Why you gotta bring it down like that, man? Why?
I think the WWE is just following trends of that one name branding thing.
Okay, we're forgetting 2 people, and those are the last 2 winners of this thing. Big Show and Mojo Rawley. Also, want to point this out, Rob Gronkowski is retired. We're all sad by that. Not really. He loves the wrestling. He loves the WWE.
No, I think Gronk is how Finn wins. And maybe that's where... I forgot about that. Maybe that's where Leo and Lashley split up. Because remember, like, if you look over social media, all Leo did all week was just talk trash about Gronk.
I mean, would you expect anything less from a guy from Baltimore?
Listen here. He is not from Baltimore.
Close
He
enough.
is from
DC.
PG County.
It's
No,
the
he's not from-
same
he's from PG
damn
County.
place. Same place. Let's move on. We have AJ Styles taking on Randy Orton because Randy Orton wants to RKO people and AJ doesn't want to fight for a title. So, is this a dream match? Like 5 years, 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
No, this is still a dream match now. These 2 guys can still go.
Well,
In 2 years, it wouldn't be a dream match. I'm glad they're doing this now.
you were cutting me off. I'm saying 5 years ago when Randy Orton was at the top of his game. Let's say world title number 9. And AJ Styles was ripping it up against aces and eights. It was a dream match then. 10 years ago, when AJ Styles was the NWA World Champion and Randy Orton was atop of Batista's shoulders holding up the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a dream match
And then he got the thumbs down.
I know. What a great moment in history that was. And I'm not being sarcastic. I loved the way the Evolution broke up. But still.
That's iconic. Kind of like...
Don't. Who wins, Dan?
much as that pains me to say.
Really?
Orton's not going to lose to AJ at Mania. Come on. Orton's the golden boy of the WWE.
Is this maybe a place where, I mean, I've been saying I want it to happen for the last year and a half, which, by the way, is the duration of the Caps, Lux, and Chair Shots podcast. We are on Season 3, and this is Season 3 finale, but still, is this where we maybe see a TNA guy help out to get AJ the victory, and maybe the seeds are planted?
Who?
Joe. Bobby Roode.
No.
I mean,
Nah.
pick.
Oh my God, Ed! Can we move on?
EC3.
I told you to take notes about how good Jaime
Bully Ray.
earlier was.
Sting. Scott Steiner. Scott freaking Steiner. Anyway, Jaime, you got to pick.
Oh yeah, I'm picking AJ Styles here. Then Orton's gonna RKO him again on SmackDown. And then they have another match. They go on and go on.
This is the feud that never ends. Anyway, let's move on to another feud that seems like it will never end. Shane McMahon, who is a heel, will take on The Miz, the reality star who everybody suddenly loves. Jaime, why and who?
I'm picking the Miz here. Like babyface Miz, give him a chance. Give a babyface Miz a WrestleMania moment.
Daniel, before I ask who you got, will Shane go coast to coast?
Does a bear crap in the woods?
Never seen a bear. I couldn't tell you. Although I'm not
YouTube
going.
it. Google it.
No, because I had been burned before by Googling bears crapping, and there was a lot of men on men, and I don't want to go there. Give me your pick. Who wins this match?
Look, you see that smile on Jaime's face, though?
Jaime started a few. Anyway, who wins in this match? Bueller.
Miz.
Okay.
I was processing what you said because you said it so quickly.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping Jaime's shitty internet cut out. Anyway, see what I did there? Shitty internet. Anyway, let's move on. Kurt Angle.
Jaime, just in case you missed it.
We're good. Let's move on.
Videos and that you like scat play.
Kurt Angle will take on Baron Corbin, and we all kind of know who's going to win this, right? Is there any debate?
Nah.
Jaime, who has this?
As much as it pains me, it's gonna be Angle.
Just right before the internet started to cut out.
I'm
so glad we got that.
I wanted him to say Baron Corbin so bad. You got Angle too.
We can move on to the next one.
Well, no, because I actually have a question. Should this have been John Cena? Because, he's missing.
Yeah, it could be John Cena. Like,
Jaime.
Angle with John Cena's first match.
Yeah. Daniel, should be John Cena, right?
The issue with it, if it would have been John Cena, is nobody would have been able to see Kurt Angle's opponent.
I mean, we've seen matches where guys have wrestled, suit coats, mops, the Invisible Man, who, God rest in peace. Thank you.
God.
I think it should have been Cena. I mean, you saw the internet backlash that came from Baron Corbin doing this. It's terrible, right?
Yeah, I really don't understand the WWE's thought process. If he is retiring, why are they making him wrestle Baron Corbin in his last match?
Well, and think about the storylines for this. The reason it should be John Cena's first match in the WWE was against Kurt Angle. It would bring everything full circle. It would make too much sense. This should have been John Cena. Hands down, should have been John Cena. Shall we move on? Let's do it. Triple H.
See you in the next topic.
Triple H will take on Batista. Anybody intrigued by this? A match we've already seen?
Yes.
15 years ago?
This was actually one of the reasons why I was pushing to go, why I was trying to go. I actually want to see this match.
Okay. Does Batista have blue ring gear? No. Who wins this match?
Triple H, obviously. His career's on the line.
Nobody ever is retired.
Even if Triple H's career isn't on the line, I think he's going to win this. You know how Triple H wants to win against part-timers and nostalgia acts? So,
Okay.
this is it.
Do you think the WWE is a little bit angry that Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever number they're on, and the new whoa, spoke too soon. Is this because the new Marvel movie's coming out in a month or so? Is that the reason Batista's here?
It'd be interesting to see if they do cross-marketing, but I doubt it.
I mean, think every time John Cena has a movie coming out, he's back in the WWE. Batista's got a huge movie out that I'm pretty sure doesn't need any marketing anyway. Especially those posters, man. They're freaking sweet. But it's kind of coincidental because this match is not needed at Mania. Speaking of matches that are not needed at Mania that not a lot of people care about, Buddy Murphy was going to take on Tony Nese. How early on the pre-show does this match happen? Is this the very first show in front of a 1/3 filled whatever stadium they're at? Second match. What's the first match then? The Women's Battle Royal?
Men's.
Ooh. Jaime, you're our 205 Live guy. Who wins?
This match is opening the main card. You want that opinion? I'm still going with Buddy Murphy.
Of course you are. All right. 2 matches left on the card. Brock Lesnar will take on Seth Rollins. Daniel, you're a gambling expert. What are the odds that Brock wins this contest?
Hold on, I might actually be able to pull it up.
Give them. You give them. You're the booking guy. You're the gambler. Odds, he wins. I know you're Googling. Just give me a number.
2-1.
It's pretty high. I figured it would be a lot closer than that. So, are you picking Brock then? Would you lay $100 down right now? Brock Lesnar, still the Universal Champ.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. 2-1 Seth wins.
Would you put money right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think the belt's coming off Brock.
Do we see Brock 24 hours later?
No.
Fair enough. Jaime, who you got?
I'm going with Brock here. Brock loses the title whenever Brock wants to. And when Brock loses the title whenever he wants to, he gets it back right away.
Excuse me. I have just received a message from our anonymous 4th person on this podcast. Anna has said she gives Lesnar a 60% chance to win. As she coughs in the background. All right.
I'll take a 40%.
Fair enough. Let's move on. Our final match. And the question is, once I announce the people, actually I have several questions on this. Ronda Rousey, the Raw Women's Champion, will take on Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, for the 8th time she's a champion, and Becky Lynch. My question is not going to be who wins first. Will this match actually go on last? Jaime, yes or no?
It's going on last.
That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. Daniel, yes or no?
Yes.
Will this unify the women's championships? Daniel, yes or no?
No.
Jaime, yes or no?
Yes.
I like where your head's at, Jaime. I really like where your head's at. And he's right, and Daniel, you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why.
Hold on. I get to defend myself.
No, that's not how this works. I'm the host of this show.
Yes, it is.
Fine, you know what?
Because I make the rules. All right?
Hell?
You listen here, you little shit.
Hey, language, motherfucker.
That's the first time I've cussed. Get over it. I just almost told you. No, so I answered that question with my heart again. I don't want that to unify the women's title.
But will it?
But it probably will.
I mean, think about it. They have one women's tag team championship. The women's division is thin.
Well, the issue is the reason why the women's division is so thin is because you took 2 of your top women stars and made them the women's tag team champion. You made them a tag team almost 6 months before you introduced the tag titles, which I get. You want top stars to carry those belts when they first come out. but that's why the division became so thin. Like, let's be honest, who wouldn't have wanted to see? Personally, I would rather see Becky Asuka.
I mean, yeah, probably, but
And if you really wanted to put Charlotte in that, which obviously Becky's in that match because she got this big push and she got the crowd behind her and everything.
I'll say she is over.
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously that makes sense, but I don't think it was needed, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it was needed to combine the titles. I think they screwed up with the way they did their division. They could have built up another women's tag team. They could have built up the Iconics a little better.
Well,
they could have built up Nia and Tamina to be a powerhouse, and they won the titles at Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, I completely agree with you, but that's not where they screwed up. I have no issue with how they built the tag team titles. Where they screwed up was making Asuka irrelevant. And she really was. Everything was built around Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda. Asuka was just kind of like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to defend my belt against Naomi in the middle of a SmackDown that everybody's going to the bathroom anyway because it's the first match of the second hour and nobody really cares. And they just kept pushing her back. They put the belt on Charlotte probably to make the belt seem significant, right, Jaime?
Yeah, it's true.
Think about how relevant Asuka was.
Hold on.
Year.
Thank you, Jaime, for that glowing commentary. Yes, it's true.
It's damn true.
God. All right. Daniel, give me your last words.
Think about how relevant Asuka was a year ago, and that's how bad they broke her down. Same thing with Nakamura.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Both of their big Japanese stars don't exist.
Both of them won the Royal Rumble. Both of them were fighting. Both of them were the two matches that everyone wanted to see.
Where is Shinsuke on this card?
Is he in?
No.
Maybe he's in the ATG MBR.
No, he's not. He's not on the list that was on Wikipedia.
So maybe he's not in the card. Maybe he's not in.
Rumor has it that Shinsuke's done. He's leaving.
Oh.
Good. I hope he does. I hope he either goes back to Japan or
So I think.
Give it to me, Dan. Give it to me, Dan. Give it to me.
Goes to AEW.
There you go. Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura headlines the first TV show on TBS.
Man, you would watch that.
Like crazy, I would watch that. All right. That brings us to the end of our first segment. And we're going to be talking about, in our next segment, something that happened, a show that is older than the three of us, that happened in the year I was born and is arguably the biggest WrestleMania ever. But before I do...
The year you were born, it's definitely older than me and Jaime.
Yeah, before I do...
Actually, Jaime lives in a third world country, so we don't really know his real age.
That's true.
Kind of like those kids.
Can I continue? Can I continue? But
yeah, I'll probably cut you off one more time.
Yeah. But before we get there,
Jaime, how old are you?
I just want to remind you exactly what you're listening to. Oh, no. Well, that went not as good as planned. Let me try that again. I just want to remind you what you're listening to.
You're listening to the Caps, Locks, and Chair Shots podcast.
You damn right that's vintage Michael Cole. So this next segment, we're going to talk about... Wow, I have really screwed this up. This is what happens when we record on a Saturday night, folks. Our next segment will be about WrestleMania 3, but before we get there, we're going to let Jaime do his signature segment of the show, and that is his fight or match of WrestleMania 35, and that is presented by the Florida State Election Committee. Like Jaime, we can't make a decision either. Jaime, give me your fighter match of Mania 35.
I'm going with Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns.
Fair enough. We actually have something that Jaime gave us. It's a definitive answer, not about a UFC show that has already happened. All right. Let's talk a little bit about WrestleMania 3. Happened at the Pontiac Silverdome in they say it's Detroit, but it's not really Detroit. 93,173 were announced, although it has since been disputed for this Mania. It was at the home of the Detroit Lions, who at the time were ungodly terrible, and some feel that this show was the exact opposite. Daniel, you have voiced your displeasure with the main event, at least from a match standpoint. Would you like to defend that stance, or would you like to change it, or what's up here?
No, I mean I'm still gonna stand by it. The fact that this is not the right choice for the women's championship to combine them.
Not what I'm talking about, doofus. We're at WrestleMania 3. You filthy little troll. Anyway, let's talk about WrestleMania 3. Now, as we look down the matches, we see that just one match didn't have a manager involved, and that match included 4 midgets. We had only 2 matches that went over a 9-minute time. But my first question, and this, I guess, will go to you, Troll. Was this the best commentary team ever? You had Gorilla Monsoon, Jesse Ventura, Bobby Heenan, Bob Uecker, Mean Gene Okerlund, and Vince McMahon. Is this the best ever?
Not.
What's that?
It was absolutely not.
What Mania had a better announce team?
Any Mania that included JR.
I mean, you think JR's better than Gorilla Monsoon?
I do. Score update, just went final in Milwaukee. St. Louis lost and cost me money.
Yeah, it happens. Don't feel bad. Okay. Jaime, same question to you. Bueller?
If it's the best commentary team ever?
Yes.
For me, the best commentary team ever would be any team that would include the tandem of JR and Mauro Ranallo.
There wasn't a Mania that included that tandem ever.
That never existed, Jaime.
If that happens,
book it.
Oh. That's gonna happen. Book it.
Okay. All right.
Ed. I'm gonna let you handle this one.
No, and I'm not going to. Let's move on to the next question. Aretha Franklin sang America the Beautiful. Best version ever.
No.
Which one you got that's better, Danny?
Any of the other ones.
You're just being a troll for troll's sake now. I know.
I mean,
you
I don't have a take on this, so I don't know. I don't.
It's a beautiful song sung by a beautiful voice.
I don't care who sings America the Beautiful. I don't care who sings the national anthem.
Whoa,
the only thing I care on when it comes to that
whoa.
Is if I can bet on it, and what's the over-under on the seconds?
You can bet on it. There is an over-under on the seconds. And
you can bet on the over-under on the seconds. I did it this last Super Bowl.
That's exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said.
I can't bet on Aretha Franklin singing it.
Oh my God. Anyway, I'd ask Jaime, but it's not a song about a third world country, so I'm not sure he would have an opinion on it. Let's move on. Jaime, I will ask you this. Was WrestleMania 3 the best WrestleMania of all time?
No.
Which one was better?
WrestleMania 21.
Okay. Daniel, was WrestleMania 3 the best Mania ever?
No. I can't answer this question unbiasedly.
What, you're going to go with what, 34 because you were there, or 33?
33.
Yeah. Well,
I can't answer that question unbiasedly.
No, you both are wrong, and it's not...
33 is a very underrated WrestleMania,
I'll give that to you. 17's better. 18's better. 21's better. Then 33, then 3. Make no mistake. All 5 of those had some of the biggest moments in WWE history. Whether it was the Slam, TLC, Hogan and The Rock, Money in the Bank. I mean, all of it. Classic stuff. But 17's clearly the best. Top to bottom, clearly the best. So there you go. All right, let's talk about these matches. I know y'all have seen them, so we're just going to go. I want y'all to put this on a 1 to 5 star thing. Leading off the show, going 5 minutes and 37 seconds, the Can-Am connection of Rick Martel and Tom Zank defeated Cowboy Bob Orton and the Magnificent Morocco with Mr. Fuji in their corner. Daniel, stars, how many?
3.
Jaime?
2.
Billy Jack Haynes and Hercules with Bobby the Brain Heenan ended in a double countout at 7 minutes and 44 seconds. Jaime, stars, go.
Another 2.
Daniel.
1.5.
The Haiti Kid, Hillbilly Jim, and Little Bieber defeated King Kong Bundy, Little Tokyo, and Lord Littlebrook in a 6-man tag team match by disqualification after 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and race relations was set back 50 years. Daniel, stars, go.
2.
Jaime, stars, go.
1.5.
Fair enough. King Harley Race with Bobby Heenan and the Queen Fabulous Moolah defeated the Junkyard Dog in a loser must bow match at 422. Afterwards, the Junkyard Dog stole the crown and the cape and sat in the ring atop a steel chair crown. Daniel, stars, go.
4.
Jaime, stars, go.
3.
All right, the Dream Team, Brutus the Beefcake before he was the barber, and Greg the Hammer Valentine with Dino Bravo before he was a Canadian mobster, and Johnny Valiant, defeated the Rougeau brothers, Jacques and Raymond, in a tag team match that lasted 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Jaime, stars, go.
3.5.
Danny.
3.
Fair enough. All right. Rowdy Roddy Piper defeated Adrian Adonis, who had Jimmy Hart in his corner, in a hair versus hair match at 6:33. Danny?
3.75.
Jaime?
3.5.
Dangerous Danny Davis, now no longer a referee, and the Hart Foundation with Brett and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, also with Jimmy Hart, who was all over the place, defeated the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid, and Chico Tito Santana in another match that Jesse Ventura revealed his racist overtones. That was a 6-man tag team match that lasted 8 minutes and 52 seconds. Jaime, stars, go.
4.
Danny.
2.5.
Butch Reed with Slick defeated Coco Beware and his parrot. That was a singles match that lasted 3 minutes and 39 seconds and was a popcorn match. Daniel?
2.
Jaime?
1.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with George the Animal Steel defeated the champion Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth for the WWF Intercontinental Championship in 14 minutes and 35 seconds, the longest match on the card. Mr. Bananas, the question is yours.
4.5.
Jaime?
4.5 as well.
The Honky Tonk Man, with everybody's favorite manager, Jimmy Hart, defeated Jake the Snake Roberts and Alice Cooper with his snake in a singles match that lasted 7 minutes and 4 seconds that nobody remembers because everybody was still too hyped up from Steamboat Savage. Jaime, what do you got?
I'm giving this 3.
Danny? Oh, Danny boy, the show
3.5.
is calling.
Dude, I keep muting my mic every time I go to unmute it. 3.5.
The Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, with Slick because that makes sense, defeated the Killer Bees of B. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell by disqualification in a tag team match that lasted 5:44 that nobody cared about because everybody was too hyped up for the main event. Jaime, Mr. Muscles, sir, who do you got?
3.
Huh?
I got 3.
Danny?
3.
In the most iconic moment in the history of WWE, one that has led off every television program since television programs have come out for World Wrestling Entertainment, Hulk Hogan, the WWF World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Andre the Giant, who had Bobby Heenan in his corner, with a mighty slam and a botched leg drop in 12 minutes and 1 second. Daniel?
1.5.
That's for the match. Rate the moment. Rate the moment.
3.
Jaime,
I'm going with 4 for the moment.
how about the match? It's like we've
The match.
never done this show before. Yes, rate the match.
Giving it a 2.
Jesus Christ. You guys are the reason my hairline is receding. Just. Anyway,
What'd you say?
You guys are the reason my hairline is receding.
No, your hairline's been receding since I've known you.
Exactly. Gee, boy, what a coincidence, isn't it? Anyway, that's going to wrap up our second segment of this show. Jaime, if you feel the need to disconnect now because we're going to be talking about baseball, thank you. If you'd like to stick around, that's on you. But we're going to wrap up this segment with Dan's favorite segment that we do every week, and that is his Hot Girl of the Show. And Dan's Hot Girl of the Show is coming to you thanks in part to all the Baltimore Orioles fans that support this show. The whole Oriole Nation listens to us. All three of them left. Daniel, who's your Hot Girl of the Show?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Hello?
Who is it?
You know what? She's not wearing a ring, so I'm just going to go back to good old Alexa Bliss.
The host of Wrestle Freaking Mania. Yes. Love it. Love everything about it. Jaime, are you still there?
Yeah.
What would you like to say about Alexa Bliss?
God. She looks single.
I mean, I'm just saying, a moment of bliss, that's like a dream for all of us, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dan, I hope you prepared for this, because me and you are going to talk ad nauseum and probably bore the hell out of Jaime. We're going to talk about our division winners now. We're going to do our wild cards and our World Series picks in a minute. We're going to talk about our division winners. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Jaime, do you want to weigh in on any of this? You just feel free to jump in when you can.
I'm gonna ride along. I'm just gonna listen to you guys.
Fair enough. All right, Dan. Your division, the American League East. Who wins it?
Team currently sitting in second place.
If you say the Orioles, this will be the final show ever.
Nah, the Red Sox.
I agree with you, mainly because that Yankees lineup is gonna put up some amazing numbers in the home runs and.
But the Yankees are losing the next 160. Okay.
Well,
160 is the next.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. They're gonna hit a lot of home runs. No denying that. They're also gonna strike out a lot. And are we?
Do they break the strikeout record?
They're going to this year. And are we seriously going to put our faith in a pitching staff that's anchored by Luis Severino?
I'll be honest with you. I also could see Tampa stealing this division.
And you know what? There's 4 classifications of picks that every one of the talking heads, that now includes us, picks in the MLB. You have your reigning champions, your Clevelands, your Washingtons, your Dodgers of the world. Everybody's going to pick them. You have your surprise picks, your Tampas, your White Sox, your whatevers. You have your nostalgia, always been good picks, your Yankees, your Cardinals. And you have your freaking stupid picks. And I'm sure throughout the course of the rest of the show we're going to talk about those. But since I brought up my Indians, they're winning the Central, right? Who else?
Big injury this week.
Which one?
Lindor.
He'll be back in 2 weeks.
They're talking being out months.
Yeah, whatever. Either way, none of the rest of the teams in that division is going to have a winning record.
I will literally bet you any amount of money you want that the Twins finish with a winning record.
I don't see it.
Any amount of money you want.
No, we're not doing that again. Because we both owe each other several amounts of money. I'm pretty sure
there is no way. I will bet you any amount of money that the Twins finish less than 9 games behind the Indians.
Well, that's a pretty monumental thing to bet, but no.
But if you're saying so what are you saying? The Indians are going to finish less than 9 games above 500?
Yeah. Because I'm telling you right now, the Indians are going to be really far ahead come the middle of July, and you're going to see several new faces in Cleveland and several old faces saying, bye. It's.
I think the Twins have a chance to win that division, but I think the Indians do win it.
Let's talk about another division that's probably sewn up, the AL West. It's the Astros and everybody else, right?
The Mariners look really good, dude.
Yeah, but you got to remember.
I know we got a long season, but I mean.
Their biggest star retired in Japan.
I mean, I'm not going to discount them this early. They look really good, man. Really, really good.
Okay, yeah, but I'm telling even without Dallas Keuchel, the Astros added. I mean, yeah, Michael Brantley, if he plays 80 games, it'll be a success, but still, like...
Yeah, they lost literally one of the best pitchers in the majors.
That nobody wants to sign.
You know why nobody wants to sign him? Because of a dumb rule that they're going to lose a draft pick if they sign him.
I don't think the draft is as important as it is in any of the other three sports, but yeah, I don't think that's the reason that people aren't adding a Cy Young winner either. There's something wrong with him. It's the reason he's not pitching in Cincinnati. I talked to a guy that's inside the Cincinnati clubhouse that says the Reds pull a contract offer from him because of something they saw in his physical. I'm not making that up either. There's a reason he is still a free agent. Let that marinate a little bit. National League East, arguably one of the most intriguing divisions, at least with the biggest addition player-wise. Did the Phillies do enough to beat out the Nationals?
Mets win this division.
What's that?
The Mets win this division.
Hot take right there. The Mets aren't going to finish better than fourth.
You're 100% wrong.
The Braves are better. The Nationals are way better. And the Phillies are better.
The Nationals just lost 2 games back-to-back to the Mets. And
it's games 1 and 2 of the year.
Let me say this. Obviously, I already know what your response to this is going to be. But if the Mets can stay healthy, they win this division.
Yeah, and if frogs had wings, they wouldn't bump their ass when they hop on the ground either.
If the Mets stay healthy, they win this division. If not, the Phillies win it. The Nationals don't make the playoffs.
And if Mark McGwire didn't take steroids, Barry Bonds wouldn't have, and Jose Canseco wouldn't have, and Roger Maris would probably still own the home run record. Ifs and buts are candies and nuts, and everybody will have a Merry Christmas. It doesn't matter. It's not talking about ifs, it's talking about facts. And the facts are the Mets are the fourth.
Nationals finish in 4th.
You're insane. So you got the Mets. All right, let's talk about probably the best, or at least the closest talent-wise division in baseball, the NL Central, where no less than 4 teams have a shot at winning this division.
Realistically, you can all go off 5.
Make a case for Pittsburgh. Seriously, make a case for Pittsburgh. Name me 4 players on the Pittsburgh Pirates right now.
They remind me of a young Astros team when they surprised everybody and started winning games. Do I think it's likely? No, but I think that this division is the closest one all around.
Have you been smoking weed lately?
No, I haven't smoked yet tonight. I got home too late.
I think you're lying to me because no way does Pittsburgh stand any kind of chance in this. But that being said, who wins this division?
Brewers.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to lie that, Yelich looks pretty sexy in the second best beer city in the country. There's just going to be a lot of teams beating up on each other in that division. The Cubs are as long as they got Chris Bryant and that pitching staff they've assembled, that they just seem to keep retooling with Yu Darvish.
Yeah, but what happens if
Cubs are going to be good.
Cubs don't stay healthy and Darvish goes down again?
What happens if the Mets don't stay healthy and Matt Harvey or Noah Syndergaard goes down again?
Pick your team, Ed.
I'm just saying, they look good on paper. If you would have let me finish, because you cut me off. The Reds added a lot. While I don't think it's enough, but they still went in the positive direction. Something we can't say the Reds have done in a long time, but I think losing Scooter Gennett for as long as they have early in the season is going to harm them. The Cardinals, anytime you add Paul Goldschmidt to a young, studly pitching staff and Andrew Miller to pitch the 8th inning, they're going to look good. The Brewers, They're going to look good. This is going to be a tough division to pick. But I got to go with my heart. It's the Cardinals.
That's Cardinals don't make the playoffs. Let's move on to the NL West.
Okay. Who do you got, Danny? Does Manny Machado make the Padres better?
This isn't even a question. The Dodgers win this division running away.
No love for the Rockies.
I mean, yes, I have love for the Rockies, but I don't think they stand a chance of winning this division.
Okay.
I think we get.
No. We haven't got to the wild cards yet. Let's talk about the wild cards.
Okay. Who do you got?
Well, like I said, I got the Phillies, the Cardinals, and the Dodgers. Fair enough. I think you're going to see both wild cards come out of the Central. You're going to see the Brewers and the Cubs because the Central is that much better than everybody else. They're going to beat up on each other in the division and Pittsburgh, probably Cincinnati, and they're just going to beat up on everybody else. It's going to be the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Brewers, the Dodgers, and the Phillies in the National League.
So it's going to be the Mets, the Phillies, the Brewers, the Dodgers, and the Rockies.
Fair enough. Who do you got in the American League? Well,
so the reason why I don't have two teams coming out of the Central because I think they just beat up on each other way too much.
That's fair. That's fair. Fair. Who do you got? Who are your AL wildcard teams?
The Yankees and I'll be honest. I think two come out of the East. The Yankees and Rays.
Okay. I disagree with you.
Yeah, I mean, the wild cards are just so hard. Like
any team can get hot in September, win 20 out of 27 games in September, and win a wild card.
Yeah, if the wild cards are just so tough because I also can see the Mariners making it. Those a wild card team.
Those are my two picks, the Yankees and the Mariners, and it's gonna lead into my Cy Young picks. But yeah, that's absolutely you're gonna see.
I think you're gonna like my Cy Young pick.
Well. We're going to get there, but now we got to put the teams and how they're going to finish in the playoffs. So you have the Yankees and the Rays in the wild card game. Who wins? Yankees, right?
No.
You're going with the Rays?
Yes, because they can work a pitching staff.
Fair enough. Who do they play in the divisional round? The Indians?
I think the Red Sox get the 1 seed, so that means they would play the Red Sox.
And you have the?
Red Sox winning.
Fair enough. So that would put your Indians against your AL West winners, which you had as the
Astros.
Okay. Indians, Astros, we've seen this before.
Indians.
Ooh, Indians, Red Sox, we've seen this before.
Indians.
Ooh, Indians in the World Series. Can't say I hate that. All right. I have the Yankees and Mariners and the Yankees winning. It's going to be the Yankees and Red Sox and the Astros and Indians. And I'm going to pick chalk how it went out last year. Wait, the Indians lost last year to the Yankees in the wild card, right?
Yeah.
Okay, either way, it's going to be the Astros, Red Sox, Red Sox. I love the Indians, but I mean,
dude, baseball's going to be so fun this year.
I cannot freaking wait. National League. Who are your wild cards again? Just refresh your memory.
I have...
Because you had the Mets winning the East.
Yep, I had the Mets, I had the Phils, and I had the Rockies.
Okay, so we have the Rockies and Phillies. You got the...
Phillies.
If that game is played in Denver,
if that game is played in Denver, I think so. I think the Phillies get the 4. So that means that game's played in Philly. But if the Rockies were to get that game, I would take the Rockies at home.
Fair enough. So you got the Phillies going against the...
Dodgers.
Okay, and...
Dodgers.
And you have the Brewers and the...
Mets, and I think the Brewers take that, and then Dodgers beat the Brewers, so that means it's the Red Sox-Dodgers World Series.
No, you have the Indians and Dodgers in the World Series.
Indian-Dodgers World Series.
So... Indians-Dodgers World Series.
You're not going to give your picks first?
Okay, fine. No, you're right. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. So I have the Brewers and Cubs in the wild card. If that's in Chicago, it's the Cubs. If it's in Milwaukee, it's the Brewers, but it's going to be in Chicago, so it's the Cubs. They face the Dodgers, and they beat the Dodgers. Then you have the Cardinals and the Phillies, and the Cardinals beat the Phillies, and Joe Buck loses his ever-loving mind in the NLCS when he calls the Cardinals and Cubs the greatest rivalry in baseball. I'll say it again, the greatest rivalry in baseball.
Yeah, I'm ignoring you because you're trying to get a reaction out of me.
No, I'm serious. It is the greatest rivalry in baseball.
Not better than Red Sox Yankees.
It's 1,000,000% better.
It's not.
There are actually a lot of comparisons.
We can argue this another night. We're not arguing.
I'm going to say there's a lot of comparisons to draw between those two rivalries, and it's crazy how similar they are.
No, we can do that another night. We're not doing that tonight,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, that's fine. But it'll be the Cardinals and Cubs in the National League Championship Series. I can't say the Cubs win. It'll be the Cardinals in the World.
Your heart. There's no way the Dodgers don't make the NLCS.
Even if they make the NLCS, they play the Cardinals. And can Clayton Kershaw beat St. Louis? No, he can't. Can the Dodgers beat the Cardinals in a championship series? No, they can't.
Okay, well, I have the Dodgers winning it all.
And I pigeonholed myself, but it's going to be probably the Red Sox.
Okay. Cy Young, go.
We got to get the MVPs first.
Okay.
Who's your MVP? Because I'm going to tell you who mine is, and you're going to call me an idiot.
You go first, then.
Paul Goldschmidt in the National League.
No, you're not an idiot for that. Goldschmidt's always a candidate for MVP, and he's actually on a good team that can make the playoffs. So I'm not going to call you an idiot for that.
And in the American League, that one's a little bit tougher. There's about 8 guys that can win it. It's probably going to go to Stanton or Judge, maybe Mookie Betts. It's somebody from the AL East because.
So I will tell you this. This is how high I am on the Indians this year. Before Lindor went down, I had my Cy Young winner and my MVP coming from the Indians.
Elaborate. Who's your MVP? Was it Ramirez or was it Lindor?
It was Lindor, but right now I would have to say I got to go with Betts since Lindor went hurt. Since Lindor got hurt.
Now that's something interesting. The shortstop position. You would think that it's not one of the marquee positions in baseball. It's not a starting pitcher. It's not a closer. It's not a first baseman or a third baseman or a corner outfielder that can hit. But can you remember a time when there wasn't a conversation about who the best shortstop and you had about 4 different guys to pick from?
No, I agree.
Like, it seems like a position that is always filled with premier talent. You look at 5 years ago, it was, Jeter and...
Tulo.
Thank you. And, I mean, there were several of them. And then for the next 15 years, you're going to have Correa. Is he the shortstop over in Houston?
Yeah, Correa.
Correa or Betts or Lindor.
Betts is that center fielder.
Well, whatever the Red Sox shortstop.
You're thinking of Bogarts.
Thank you. Either way, it's going to be tremendous to watch. Who was your Cy Young winner? Or who's your MVP from the National League?
I'm going to go with Corey Seager. He's going to have a bounce back year, and he's going to win the MVP, and he's going to be a huge part of the Dodgers' success this year.
I like the pick. Now give me your Cy Young from the American League.
Dude, hold on. Isn't that crazy? Before Lindor went down, I had 2 shortstops winning the MVP.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened before.
So I'm going to give you my NL Cy Young winner first, and it's going to go to Kershaw.
Obviously.
It's going to go to Kershaw.
No, he's not mine.
Give me your. I really want to give you my AL Cy Young winner last. So give me your NL and then your AL.
Wow. Okay, National League, it's Max Scherzer.
Fair.
American League, and I think you're going with either Trevor Bauer or Carlos Carrasco. Is it one of those two?
It is.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you and say Carrasco.
Yep.
Because the guy's got stuff for days.
Oh, he's so good. He's so good. And I think
you look at the way the Indians.
Okay, so
let me finish.
I've been saying for the past 3 years that Carrasco was going to win. But, man, I think this is the year.
Well, think about it. Kluber's obviously going to go up against the number 1 guy. And the way Francona manages his pitching staff, he's probably going to put Bauer in that number 2 slot just to give the teams a variation of what they're going to see, because of you have Kluber, who's moving more into the movement, off-speed stuff, and then you have Bauer, who throws, and then that's going to leave Carrasco against the number 3 guy, which most of the time is going to pitch on a getaway day, and you're going to see a lot of guys getting the extra day off. In a normal week where you play 6 and 7, that guy that pitches that 3rd and 1st slot, the way it's going to work out, he's going to wind up rolling through the rotation on those getaway days, on those short days where guys get rest. Carrasco is going to be, he's really, really, really talented, but he's going to ride a lot of the same train that the Cardinals have done with a lot of their young arms throughout the years. He's as strong of a pick as any of the 15 guys in the American League that have a shot. So, we already picked our World Series winners. I don't want to do Rookie of the Years because that's more of a crapshoot than anything else.
Oh my God!
What?
Virginia just tied the game at the buzzer. It's going into overtime.
That's going to lead me into my rant of the show, and this rant is presented by Busted Brackets Everywhere because it's opening day week. The NHL is wrapping up the regular season, and a lot of people won't care about what happens in the NCAA after this is all over until the middle of August. And it's sad. It's sad that all eyes, like Daniel's, are on the NCAA tournament. That now the NCAA has 3 postseason tournaments. Nobody cares about the other 2. But the NHL is wrapping up another season. Playoff scenarios are changing with the very minute. Playoff spots are being clinched and nobody seems to care. ESPN certainly doesn't care. They built...
ESPN doesn't care about the MLB anymore either.
ESPN built the Deuce, ESPN2, on the back of hockey. They don't even mention it anymore. They killed MLB Tonight. One of the things that made ESPN great, listening to Joe Morgan and, what is that guy? The guy that does the play-by-play for the Dodgers. I can't remember his name. White guy, bald. People loved to, I did. I didn't. No, the Giants.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about, though. Like the guy that did it with Joe Morgan for 25 years, called Sunday Night Baseball. I tuned into that. I didn't care who was playing. ESPN said, screw that, because they would rather cover college guys and jump on the wagon that follows Zion wherever he's going to go in the first pick of the draft, and it's probably going to be Cleveland at this point because, God, they're terrible. It's a shame. March and the beginning of April is a shame because so much great stuff gets ignored in the favor of college basketball. And I'm done. All right. Jaime, you still with us? Jaime.
Yeah.
There we are. All right. Guys, we finished season 3. We didn't think we were going to finish season 1. We've had a lot of people come and go. It's been a hell of a ride. We're going to go into season 4, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair enough.
Loaded.
I guess I'm going to have to pay the Podbean bill. Anyway, guys, this has been fun as hell. Any of you guys want to say anything before we say adios?
You know, it's been we got our ups and downs, but I like you guys. I'll keep coming back.
Well, thank God for that.
And you know what I'm not gonna do on the last season of the show, on the last show of the season either? I'm not gonna pimp myself out again.
Fair enough. Lord knows nobody'd buy you anyway. Jaime, you got any parting shots?
I've enjoyed this ride, and I love representing where I came from.
Yes, third world countries everywhere love your voice, Jaime. But that's gonna
out the list for most of the time.
Anyway, now we're gonna end this show how we end every other show, and that's What We Missed. And What We Missed is brought to us by Satan. Because without evil, there can be no good, so it must be good to be evil sometime. Jaime, what did we miss?
With my life or with sports in general?
Sure.
Well, with my life, it's pretty much the same. I've been writing for Grit Daily. I've been writing for multiple platforms, and I've been doing vlogs. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I might go into gaming, so Dan, you gotta help me with that Twitch stream.
Dan, how long have we been doing this? Too long, right? Year and a half?
Manias.
Yeah, I mean, almost 2 years now. And we've ended the show with what we missed for a long time now. When have we ever used that platform to talk about ourselves? We have a separate space for that. But Jaime, as usual, wants to throw a monkey wrench into our plans. Thanks, buddy. Wouldn't be a show without it. Daniel, what did we miss?
Nothing.
That's why I talked about myself.
Nothing. I'm pretty happy with the way we did this. I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could think of something, but I'm good with it.
Okay, sure, why not? You sure we didn't miss anything, Dan?
No.
You guys...
So I wasn't able to think of anything.
I mean, we didn't miss NXT. We didn't miss...
I mean, TakeOver is going to be good.
We didn't even... you mentioned it like 5 minutes in. We didn't talk about anything else going on in the indie stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of events up there, man. But just with me not being excited about Mania, it doesn't really even cross my mind. And we just tied the over in the Red Sox game. Let's go. That's at least a guaranteed push. We missed my addictive gambling habits. That's really
that is true. Well, we tried to get it in there with the...
So I've been a little laggy, and I can't figure out why. But I feel like this might be why, because on this screen, this is what this looks like.
I can't see you.
Now you can. I just screen shared.
Well, I'm still not paying attention. Oh, wow. That's... Okay. All right. Anyway.
So hold on. But that's that. And then on the other monitor...
Hey, go back. I was watching that.
And then on the other monitor, there's this. So I am like super
If this is
laggy
porn,
right
I'm going to be deeply upset. Okay, I see it. Thank you. Great. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Caps, Locks, and Chair Shots podcast proudly brings to you its Season 3 finale. So, Daniel, for anybody that's listening, if they're not down with us, I believe you got 2 words for them.
Omega Okada.
Every time. Keep listening.